Welcome to the Super Over. I'm Jarrod Kimber. Steve Harmison is with me. We saw runs, lots of runs. Let's just start with at the top. Everyone else is going to be talking about Crawley, but I thought Ben Duckett was absolutely sublime today.
He was, yeah, and it's not going to be talked about because of all the noise that talked about Pope and Crawley. So he got off to a good start, took pressure off Zack, as good partners do. That partnership was going from strength to strength. Different opposition, wasn't the highest of quality. I thought Muzarabani, first 3 overs was okay, got it in the right area from the other end. They looked, and I think I made the statement very early in the piece that we're going to get 500 today. For the simple fact is,
you went incredibly early.
I did go incredibly early, and I think Ben Duckett helped me on that front. I thought, yes, he is. I've said it many times on our platforms that Ben Duckett's one of my favourite players because of his outlook, the way he plays, and even sometimes the way he speaks, because he does speak from the heart. He speaks honestly, and he, like me, drops himself in it once in a while. But hey, I thought it was a great day for England, first day of English summer, and Ben Duckett, I think he's just carried on from where he's left off over the course of what was it? Last time we had a test match 6 months ago.
On Crawley, I thought when he got to 50, because he didn't look as fluent as Ben Duckett, obviously, and Ben Duckett was on a completely different level. But I thought when Duckett got to 50, I thought this is the sign of the game that he goes out for 70 when he should make a big 100. And he didn't. He fought through that, and he was probably the least fluent of the England players, but he did what he needed to do, which is get the triple figures.
Yeah, he got the 3 figures. Do you know what? I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. He didn't look as fluent. He didn't look the usual Zack Cwley, the elegant, just going to stand there, top of the bounce, smash it. There's been a slight little technique change, I think, from Zack Cwley. I think he's standing a little bit closer together, and I'm not sure, his feet are closer together, I'm not sure, I'm trying to work out in my own mind, if it's because the bowlers are a bit slower, or he's making a conscious effort to play the ball a bit later. He's not got his hands out in front of him. Time will tell over the course of the summer whether that is. And you know what? You're right. He wasn't as fluent as Ben Duckett was, as probably as Ollie Pope was. He still looked solid. And that's the thing I enjoyed about it. He was quiet, but when he was quiet, he was solid. He defended the ball into the ground. He hit the ball. He didn't chase after the ball when they had a deep point, so he wasn't pushing it to nick it slip. He defended it, knew the gap was there, tottled off down the other end. I thought it was a very smart innings from Zack Cwley, especially with the noise around him.
We have to talk about Zimbabwe, and apologise to all Zimbabwean fans for the next couple of minutes. You might want to mute this, but it was about as terrible as it could be. The new ball bowling, which is their specialty, a couple of overs they were okay, and then it sort of got away from them. Their first change bowler came on and kept bowling the ball down the leg side. Their other bowler, who obviously needs a new ball, was brought on after the 23rd over. Sikandar Raza, who wasn't even supposed to be here, ended up bowling the majority of the overs and probably being their best bowler. They misfielded. The field placements didn't make any sense. I don't think I've seen a test day with so many half volleys down the leg side, Harmy.
Yeah, it was quite painful to watch. It was quite painful sometimes to commentate on, because I mean it was a bit like a first class county playing a minor county, and that I mean that with all due respect, because at the end of the day, this is a great day for Zimbabwe cricket. No matter how badly they performed, it's a great day for Zimbabwe cricket because they're back at a big 3 test ground in their own in the opposition's back garden, and with what they've got coming up, I hope it doesn't sort of derail them and dent their confidence going forward. They're not going to win. They were never going to win, even in 4 days. Like I said before, Muzarabani, yes. I thought
he bowled a couple of small spells.
Spells that he put together. The best over of the day was probably the 85th over of the match, and that's without sort of joking, it was.
Hey, he stopped them getting to 500.
He did, yeah. It was the best over of the day. I thought the fielded. I actually thought Ed was asked by John Norman following on any positives. I thought their fielding had energy. I thought extra cover, mid-wicket extra cover had real energy. A couple of times, ball going through, extra cover, dive, stop. There was energy in the field. I think there was a want to be against England in a test match here. Their bowlers just didn't put 2 balls in the same spot consistently in a row. And when your bowlers are doing that, it's very hard to criticise a captain, because he was trying to make it happen. What field positions and everything that.
How do you set a field when someone's bowling half volleys outside the leg stump, right?
I mean, you can't. You can't set a field for. You shouldn't be setting fields for bad bowling. What you should be doing as a captain, if your bowler's bowling that badly, you take him off. But unfortunately, it was like a merry-go-round with bowlers, because they were all bowling badly at times. And I mean, there was no really way to stem the tide, and I think Ed hit the nail on the head. If you don't play a frontline spinner, what a frontline spinner can do when all the seamers are going around the park is just somehow, if he's smart enough, go over the wicket, go round the wicket, bowl to one side of the field, and try and stem the tide, and then you try and get some confidence bowling for rotation seamers at the other end. If you've not got a full frontline spinner, and to be fair to Secunda Raza, he's not a frontline spinner in a Test match. There's no let up. There was no releasing. Fair play to England. They noticed that. They realised that, and I mean, even what makes it worse is if there was a ground to come to and bowl like that, is probably the worst one. Is if you're going to do that in England, is Trent Bridge.
Definitely. We'll see you again tomorrow.